Today I'm going to talk about Twilight. This amazing story, and I will make you fall in love with it. The three areas that I'm going to talk about today are some information about Twilight, the storyline, and the video watching. So now let's get started. Why is Twilight this story so popular? And the person who has rendered this outstanding service was Stephanie Morgan Mayer. She was an American and she was a woman, as you can see on the picture. She has several great works like The Host, The Twilight Saga, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. This was the unofficial biography of Eclipse. The original form of Twilight were novels, and each name of the novel's name is Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. And because of the novel's popularity, it was made into movies. And now I'm going to tell you this story. Twilight, this story was all surrounded by the relationship of three main characters: Bella Swan, Edward Cullen, and Jacob Black. In the first episode, Bella and Edward met each other at school and quickly fell in love. But Bella noticed that Edward has some strange behaviors. For example, he is afraid of sunlight, he is strong, and his movements are extremely fast. After a few weeks of searching, Bella found out that Edward was actually a vampire. But Edward told Bella that she doesn't have to be afraid of him, because he and his vampire's family were good vampires, and they only eat animals' blood. They also have some special features, like they don't have to sleep or drink, and they don't have to wink. At the second episode, Edward left Bella in order to protect her, because he thinks that he has put Bella into too many dangers. To Bella's depression, he went to find her best friend, Jacob, and did a lot of activities together. One day when Bella was playing an extreme sport that had to jump down from a very high hill, Edward's sister Alice predicted and mistook that she was going to die. Edward didn't want to live without Bella, so she committed a suicide to the Volturi, and the Volturi was the king of the vampires. But fortunately, it was stopped by Bella, and the Volturi demanded Edward that he has to change Bella into a vampire, or they might kill her, because Bella might disclose the vampire's secret. So Edward promised Bella that he would change her into a vampire after she graduated from high school. Third episode, Victoria, whose mate was killed by Edward in the first episode, creates a group of newborn vampires and wants to battle with the Cullen family, because she wants Edward to suffer from the pain of losing his love. And meanwhile, Bella has to choose between Edward, his lover, and her best friend, Jacob. Now, back to the battle. Victoria and her newborn vampires battle with the Cullen family and the werewolf pack. And of course, the Cullen family and the werewolf packs won the battle, and Bella chose Edward instead of Jacob, and she agreed with Edward's proposal. In the fourth episode, it was separated into two parts because the story is longer. And in part 1, Edward and Bella got married and they went to honeymoon. The days during their honeymoon were good until they found out that Bella was pregnant. And the pregnancy grew stronger and stronger each day, and the nutrition in Bella's body are not enough. But Bella still insists that she wants to give the birth to her child. And when she was giving the birth to her child, she was on the verge of the death. And Edward quickly bit her and made her into a vampire. In part 2, the Cullen family had a new member, and it was the baby called Renesmee. She was a half-human and half-vampire child. The days of having her were great until one of the relatives saw Renesmee and mistook her as an immortal child, and an immortal child was not allowed in the vampire's world. So that relative commits this crime to the Volturi, and the Volturi will come in to kill Renesmee. The Kohler family was so worried about it, so they gathered their witnesses and want to prove to the Volturi that Renesmee was not an immortal child. She grows every single day. And finally, they proved it successfully and the Volturi left in peace. And now let's look at the video.
Picture event of the decade. Breaking Dawn Part 2. Coming soon.
Thank you for your attention.